All right, guys, this is kind of a sad video and truly disappointing. And this is one of those things that just gives landscapers in general a bad name. Or I guess certainly bad landscapers a bad name. So this particular customer we have done a lot of work for in the past couple years, another repeat customer, and we just weren't able to make a connection for spring cleanup this spring. So he ended up hiring another company. I'm not gonna say who they are, but the spring cleanup and the trimming itself doesn't look terrible, but they sold him on mulch, and he really didn't need mulch. We had done mulch last spring. It really just needed to be turned and flipped. There's nothing wrong with it, but they sold him on more mulch, and they sold him on a lot of mulch. And for those of you who don't know, too much mulch absolutely is a bad thing. There's a thing called a mulch volcano. Look it up if you're not sure of what it means, if you don't believe me, but it's quite literally called a mulch volcano because you pile the mulch so high on trees and plants that it looks like a volcano. So right there is a prime example of a mulch volcano. And the issue with mulch volcanoes is it is detrimental to the root structure and the bark and the tree itself. You can actually suffocate the tree. It'll actually kill it and plants. So just to show you on here, this is how much mulch we have. And I guess of course it's in a shadow, but you can see there is probably here probably at least 8 inches of mulch around the tree. Now, this particular mulch volcano looks worse than it actually is because the dirt is actually humped up. It's mounted there like a mini berm. So the mulch itself is not 3 feet deep, but the mulch is, it's probably closer to 9 inches there. It's a lot of mulch, and it's not necessary. The other issue here is in the beds, kind of the same thing. They put so much mulch in the beds here that they buried, this branch belongs to this tree. They put so much mulch in here, they literally buried it. And you can see this should be here, not buried under mulch. So in the beds here, there's probably, I don't know, I'm just guessing it, probably 10 inches of mulch in this bed here. To the point that it's so heaped up, it actually slopes back towards the house. Now, obviously mulch, water's typically gonna run through mulch, so it probably won't create a water or drainage issue yet, but this is not the right way to do it. So we are going to be, unfortunately, taking all of the mulch in all of these beds out, or not all the mulch. We're gonna take enough of the mulch out so that it is an appropriate depth, and that way his plants will be healthy. So not the kind of video that gets me all excited and happy and fun, but it's still something that needs to be said because when you're hiring somebody, just make sure that you need the service. Make sure that it's being done right. But it's not always perfect. So I'm Ryan with Appleton Lawn, Snow, and Landscaping, and I want to be your forever landscaper.